It's cold. I don't know if this angle's doing me any favors, folks. What do you think? Did this shit get turned off? So I figured I would hop on and just do it live because then I can just look at the video later, even if no one's in here right now. So I had a friend hold on to a bunch of my stuff before I went into rehab earlier this year, and I'm wearing my shirt inside out. And I wanted to go over a couple of things because I thought there were some interesting stories behind some of them. But first of all, this is the newest guitar that I built. I'm pretty proud with how it turned out. So it's a 2-string, it's a slide. This is a leg to a coffee table, and the fretboard is just, those pieces of wood they stick in the ground with a little pink ribbon on them for property dividers? That's where that is. Is a cigar box. Inside there's springs that gives it more resonance. And I was experimenting with getting the headstock to lean back like that, but all I did was just like cut the piece of wood right here at this little angle and then flip the little piece over, and then I screwed and then glued it in place. And that sounds like this. Hello, squirrel hunter bass catcher. So yeah, there's that one. That's the newest one I just kind of finished. Pretty happy with how that one turned out. It kind of looks like Deadpool to me. There's that one. Okay, next thing I want to show you guys is this is just kind of an interesting thing I found. So I was getting a hot dog, and one of the people at the hot dog stand had this little children's learning guitar. I took the tuner out of it, but it originally had a little tuner there, and it was just one string, no frets, but it has like marks where the notes were, and it was just one string, the little tuner, really simple thing. It used to have a back for it. It was pretty thin, and you could just like learn how to play a one string thing. So I bought it off the hot dog guy for $5. I just thought it was kind of a cool little interesting toy. Okay, the next thing is something I tripped out when I saw it again. So this, my house burned down and my best friend died on June 1st of last year, and it resulted in me ending up on the street, and I didn't have anything at all, no money, nowhere to go. It really sucked, but I decided to make a guitar out of things that I found around. So this is what I ended up with. So this is like a little box that's supposed to look like War and Peace, but it's just a empty box. I'm just fine. How are you, Pirate Fan? So it's just an empty kind of stash box. Again, I just found these like property divider pieces of wood. Got a couple of them and stacked them up, screwed them in place. I found like this little spring from a door stopper. The strap is a tie. And I got the string is a banjo string that I bartered off of some gypsy that was out in front of gypsy, some traveler that was out in front of a coffee shop. Sorry. Am I stronger than a kid? Suppose it depends on the kid in question. So it's just one string, it's one banjo string. And there's like screws sticking out of the back of it. It's very crudely put together, a crude cut in there. Can I play the Nigar ballad? I don't. Oh, haha, Nigar. Okay. Bruh. So yeah, that one turned out pretty good actually for what it is. And it still has all the same stuff that I just found that day out on the street on it. I'll never improve on this thing. I like it just the way it is. So that's the story with this one. It's got a tie for a strap. Just this random book that looks like a copy of War and Peace, but it's just an empty box. Some property dividers. Random hardware I pulled off of like furniture on the side of the road. Little eye bolt thing right there. And one banjo string that I bartered off of some traveler that was out in front of a coffee shop. My slide today, by the way, is also a piece of furniture. So there's that. I will never improve on this or change a thing about it. This was something I made while I was on the street. Out of things I found, it works. I was so happy when I built it and it ended up making actual sounds. I went busking with it and fed myself with it for a couple of weeks. So it's one string from a banjo, some property dividers, this little stash box that says War and Peace on the back, a tie. I've got a spring from a doorstop, random hardware. So there's that. Next, I want to show you. Whoops. So this is pretty interesting. So this guitar right here was given to me by a employee at a food bank I used to go to back before the house burned down where I lived. And he brought it to me because he always saw me building guitars out of things, and he found this in the trash, but the headstock had been snapped clean off. So he brought me that along with it, and I kind of just put it back together with JB Weld, and I've yet to have the opportunity to try it out. I haven't put the tuners in, the opportunity. I just haven't gotten around to putting tuners in and seeing if it works. It seems like a very nice guitar though. It's kind of interesting that I ended up with that way. And I may use it. We'll see. There's that one. This is from my dear friend that died in June. It's beat up because one night she got drunk and threw a fit and smashed it. Ended up giving it to me. And yeah, she's totally dead now. So shortly this will take a pretty somber turn. No. This is from the same guy from the food bank. So yeah, it's just a little kid's like guitar. I'll probably just use it for parts, but I like the color, and but my hands are really big, so it's pretty difficult to get anything done with this little guitar. I do love the color though. What else was I gonna show you guys? Oh. So if anyone knows anything about this sort of thing, please let me know. Either in the chat or in the comments later on. Okay, lost you guys there for a second. Sorry about that. So this amplifier right here, I found in a pile at the scrapyard, and I gave the owner of the scrapyard $10 to let me grab it. And I plugged it in and tried it once, and it definitely does work. And it's definitely at least vintage. I know some collectors will be interested in this sort of thing. It's like a bass amp. And I tested it out just with a microphone one time. But probably can't even really see the little actual dials that come out for the potentiometers, the knobs. They just got like cracked over time, so those are busted off, but they still work. The whole thing still works. It's just a matter of replacing the potentiometer knobs or whatever. I'd like to sell it. I'm not a bass player really, and also I'm always in desperate need of money. So there's that. I got one of my little cigar boxes back, this old school one that I will be turning into an instrument soon. I like the painting on the inside though. What else do I have that needed to be covered here? Oh, well, I mean, underneath, there's a couple of things here. So, there's just some random guitar bodies. There was a guy that was moving out of his place here in Tucson. and I just saw a bunch of this stuff going out to the curb. And apparently when he gets drunk, he likes to break guitars. So there was a bunch of little parts that I ended up taking with me. That black one in the back I actually found in a dumpster from by church recently. And the headstock is busted off of that one, but there's that. And I got this at Goodwill for $20. It's a classical guitar. It's in pretty good condition. I'm not even gonna bust it out though. A cheapo classical guitar. I found that in a dumpster next to a kindergarten. It's a very strange little thing. The microphone totally works, and you can record yourself with it. So I suppose the last thing that I wanted to document here was here, let me get out of the light. All right. So that is a painting. It was done by my friend Nicolette DiMaggio, who died in a house fire on June 1st. She always did these weird paintings of like specific celebrities. She had like a couple dozen paintings of Leonardo DiCaprio and a couple dozen paintings of Rodney Dangerfield. And Bill Murray was one of them. And you can kind of see, so this was in the house when it caught on fire. So here, I'm just gonna grab it. This was in the house when it caught on fire. So the little speckles of black are actually from the house fire. But it's a really good painting. And I did not particularly get along with her family, who I had not met until the day of the fire. I lived in the same house as her, but she died sadly, and I did not, perhaps even more sadly. But her family was very, very, very rude, and I didn't get much to remember her by. This is one of the only things I have, but I love it. So, R.I.P. Nicolette DiMaggio. Other than that, this is a guitar that was hers that she ended up giving to me after breaking it. Oh, and I found this inside of one of the bodies of the guitars that I just got back today. This was also hers. That's about it. I'm not really sure what it's for. Yeah, it's a painting of Bill Murray. She always did specific celebrities. She did a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio and a lot of Rodney Dangerfield for some reason. But yeah, it's one of the only things I have to remember her by. And it has all these freckles from the house fire that she died in on it. So that's one of my favorite things. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to hold on to that for some time. Is there anything else I wanted to show you guys? No, not that I can think of. So yeah, if anyone knows anything about these kinds of bass amps, thank you very much. These kinds of bass amps, let me know. Just to quickly review all of that I just showed you guys. So that's the guitar that someone at the food bank gave to me. That had the headstock broken off that I repaired with JB Weld. And I have yet to string it up, but it seems like it's going to hold up.